Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and a lot of very cool creations. I have it split up into two areas though. The very first creation here is a vanilla creation, and the rest of them are for Reforged Eden. So I have a different planet set up for that one. So very first creation here today is the LYC HC-330 Delta Wolf by LycanThrope, and it is heavily inspired by a particular flying carrier in Avengers. It's really cool looking carrier. It's on the workshop right now in the spotlight. You should be able to see this pretty easily at the time of recording this, at least. And I was just kind of taking a look at the whole thing, and it's some really cool design elements here. It was one of those creations that I thought would be kind of a neat one to try to build someday too, but there is some issues with the design and how the blocks and things would work, and particularly with this runway in the back here. But I really like how the author did this. Essentially created a block structure here to make these angled lines at the basically the right direction, because you can't really put in like decal lines or anything like that at a 45 or a 22.5 degree angle that this is actually using here. But that was a really good idea. Then you got these texture lights in here that kind of make your runway. You can't really nicely put lines in there. I guess it's possible if you're willing to use a lot of LCDs to try to do something like that, like LCD lines on the flight pad. But really nice and innovative. I like how that kind of just crosses right over the top of this area over here too. That is slick. I was taking a look at these big turbines here, which actually do house the lift thrusters of the ship. This would be, yeah, it's really cool. I think probably most of us probably seen the movie with this carrier, or a carrier very much like it, heavily inspired by it, I think is how the post put it. And it's also designed to carry a lot of other like faction related creations too, but it's got a lot of room on here. And I love this. Love how this is done here too. That looks sharp. I mean, it's simple. It kind of fades to black over here, and then that light strip below it. It's a nice looking name label there. And then of course you have some nice texture lights throughout the ship as well, kind of accenting areas. I'm seeing a lot of retractable turrets in places here too. But what a cool creation! I like the yellow lines here too in the mix, and the black lines. Yeah, really cool. It'd be awesome if there's some way, I don't think there is, to create some kind of big fans in here or something like that, but I don't think that's really too possible in Empyrion here. Also like the use of these scaffolding pieces here on the bottom part of the flight deck down here. That is a nice touch there as well. Yeah, it's just a lot of things going on this ship. It's got some really cool forward thruster bays as well, and then of course it's kind of an asymmetrical ship. Well, semi-asymmetrical, so it's not. Well, I don't know. It might be entirely asymmetrical, but I think it's there's parts of it that are asymmetrically done, and other parts are symmetrically done, which is pretty nice. I like that actually. So yeah, really cool looking ship though, I gotta say. Happy to see someone do this. I think I've seen some other attempts at it, but it was a harder design to do in the first place. I'm loving the timed blink lights here too, with the runway on the front of it, at least there. Probably take a lot of CPU to do it all throughout the runway. But that looks really cool. I mean, just it's very nicely timed. Yeah, that's nice. Definitely has that carrier feel. This whole you got the center runway too, and then there's like a structure that goes up above that, which is actually part of the this landing pad and the other runway at an angle up there. Cool looking bridge. I like how that overhang is working there. It kind of angles out towards the center of the ship and kind of hangs over this area of the ship at least, which probably wouldn't disrupt anything at all. Yeah, nice. Looks like we've got some places that go down in here yet too. Man, so I'm kind of in the ship, but not in the ship. Oh, this is a really cool feature here too, like a I don't know, cafeteria or something, kind of like hanging out. This other substructure here with the beams there. Yeah, that looks nice. All right, let's. Looks like there's a lot of different ways in and out of the ship here, but I'm gonna start, I guess, in the back area and kind of work my way through here. So right off the gates, cool looking landing pad, but really cool looking glass and block work, as well as the texture lights that wrap this area. That looks really nice. Sorry about the headphones were falling off my head. um, nice. Oh, and this too. This just I always think this looks really cool when you see like I'm up in the air with this ship right now too, but when you have like this catwalk and it's like open air over here, and yeah, that's just it just looks really nice. I think very nice looking ship. So let's get in here this direction here. Oh, we got blue carpet. I kind of like that. The blue with the whites and the grays. That's it's a nice look. Yeah, it looks like we got a lot of machinery, well, places to put things on either side here. Oh, we got there's a actual hangar right in the inside of there. How does that work out? Oh yeah, the hangar door's right there. Nice. Well, here, I'm going to follow the pathway around and try to make sure I don't miss anything. So we have some production over here. And, oh, I thought I was going to go out to that hangar. Instead, I went to a pentaxa tank and and a shield and a warp core. Oh, this room's got a lot of big parts in it. And then we kind of wrapped around the other side, so this actually didn't get me to that hangar. Well, I'm going to walk in here. I'll backtrack out of the hangar. We'll get here. This looks really nice. This looks really nice. The block work here with the colors and how that's put together. Yeah, that looks really, really nice. Nice innovation there on adding some detail. Look at that. That's just that's gorgeous, and especially with the black center with the white one on there. I know you can't change the color of that, but yeah, that looks really nice. Sharp looking way to do up a wall there for sure. That's one of the prettiest looking wall formations I've seen, I think. Using those new blocks. I know those new blocks aren't really set up where you could texture like the insides separate from the railing pieces, so whatever you put on them has to be pretty much solid. But yeah, that looks really, really sharp. Nice looking block work, a lot of detail there for just a flat wall area. Definitely nice. All right, so let's go through this door here. And okay, so yeah, I guess this does wrap right around into the hangar. I just missed a door when I was walking through. That goes to those other areas there with the shield and the warp drive and the pentaxa tank. So let's stick on one here and head this way. Oh, this is pretty too. I'm liking the angled block work in here and the kind of like the framework and supports. Of course, it has a lot of other decor in the room too. The lighting and the way it's kind of laid out. This big glass front end area here. That's pretty slick too. It looks like our main pilot seat. Well, a pilot seat is here. I won't say main, but with a first-person view out of the ship too, which is pretty slick. Oh, look at this wall of information gathering and tactical stuff going on here. That is really cool. I like the two floors with the framework or the like the beams supporting that up, and then it looks like there's another floor in another room that kind of overlooks this area as well. Again, the texture lights kind of coming down the sides here. That looks really sharp too. Yeah, very nice looking. Very nice looking. Yeah, that's cool. It looks a little bit more realistic this way, I would say too. Very high tech, modern day, futuristic type of carrier that flies. I love it. Let's head up this way. Oh wow, okay, so this is that walkway that would go all over, kind of overlooking that room. Love to see these overlooks like that. Just adds so much. Imagine if this was just walled off here and those windows weren't here and all you had was like a wall on both sides. It would be so boring, but look how nice it looks opening that up to see other parts of the ship as you go through. It's a really nice trick on enhancing detail on a ship. Oh, it looks like we're getting up into a massive hangar over here. Yeah, this one looks like it's going to go through the from almost the front to the back of the ship here. Like the framework along the hangar here as well. General lighting. Hangar floor looks nice too. It's clean, but still has some detail elements in there with some lines and other things. But yeah, it's kind of intended to look a lot like just concrete, which pretty appropriate. Oh, looks like there's some kind of control area up on top over here too. That's neat. Yeah, no, I'm really liking this. This is a cool looking ship. Okay, so now we're walking up along the top here. Looks like this hallway's kind of overlooking that landing pad area where we first came in at. Again, great use to add detail, having the windows and the overlooks and things like that. Awesome idea. Wow. Let's see. So this gets back down over here again. I don't recall seeing this area though. Nice little I don't know, lab room or some type of room for ship function. So we did walk through here, I think though. Yeah, this will get us over to a really cool looking bridge area. The catwalk's going along the side of the bridge area. Okay, let's chill out in this hangar a little bit more here. So we got a launch bay and a loading bay. 1. Launch bay closed. Danger active. Okay, well, we're gonna hit that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I love the touch with the lighting here again. The timed blink lights. I feel like I'm gonna take off from the Battlestar Galactica here in a Viper. that is really cool. That is really cool. What's in this room? Oh man. Oh, okay. So this just gets us back down into this area again. So yeah, nice interconnected hallways, kind of easy to get around up and down throughout the ship in various places here. Okay, so this other door here must be this loading bay 1, I'm guessing. Yes. So a nice kind of a top hangar door set up here. That looks really nice. And I like how this area is blacked out from you got like a pretty white hall, and then it's all black in this area, kind of sectioned off like that. That's a nice cosmetic detail as well too. It really kind of enhances the looks here, having that second color in a particular area. Wow, it's just so much to look at on this creation here. Let's head this way a little bit. I want to get up into that control area here too. So we've got a yeah, this is just another way to look down at that original yeah, it is. So this is like a room above it looking down at this, which also has like that other side observation area. So yeah, that is cool. And this kind of joins up with the I gotta assume the main hangar area of the ship, unless there's more. I don't know. Keep walking through here. Let's take the stairs. So where are we now? Looks like we're getting into a crew section here. A lot of bedding. Picture on the wall with some aliens. Are those aliens in the game? I don't recall seeing these guys. Very nice. Yeah, no, I like this area too. It's kind of interesting too because it's got two different shades of like the carpet or the flooring set up over here. Oh, and we got a big yeah, the crew like shower room over here. Nice. What's across on the other side here? Oh, here's that cafeteria we kind of seen. Well, maybe not. No, maybe there's another area to it up here. Oh, no, it's still above. I like this cargo area here, too. So many nooks and crannies of detail here. It's hard to, like, see it all at once there. But, yeah, it looks like that was the building I seen from the outside. But, yeah, this just looks great, too. I like the industrial look here with the how this is set up. Kind of has a realistic sense to it, for sure. Let's head up this staircase here. And here's that room. Kind of like the cafeteria, kind of with a great visibility off the back side of the ship here. Nice looking cooking area there, or serving area. And yeah, so this is not a hangar, or is it? Yeah, wait a minute, this kind of is, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's like a side door off the main pass-through flight deck hangar, or well, kind of a combination. It's kind of a hangar slash runway all in one, because it has kind of a roof over part of it, which is pretty slick there. Looks like it's airtight too. You see a force field over here and on the back side, so this is an airtight zone. And they have these two side bays here for putting all their craft kind of out of the way. Oh wow, this one's even bigger. Holy smokes. I said two side bays. It looks like there's a lot more than that. Oh, yes, there is. That's pretty cool, having these all these like compartments here to put in individual ships along the side of the runway. And of course, it looks like you also have a way to move them down into here. Oh wow, look at that. So this goes all the way up through there. Has a door going up to the flight deck as well. Yeah, nice, nice. So I gotta see what's behind this door. Looks like some engineering sections here. Holy smokes, what is this? Wow, okay, so fuel rooms, I would definitely say. Cool looking tunnel here. And yeah, this wraps around. That's a pretty big area here. A lot of fuel tanks along the sides. I like how that's done. This is slick too. The round hallway there. So what's out the back here? Oh, a med bay. Nice. Looks like we got all our specialized equipment, I think. Oh wait, are we missing one? I see the two big ones and one smaller one. Oh, there it is, right there. Yep, all the specialized equipment, and a way out to this balcony, kind of out the back, slash gets back to the runway over here. Ah, nice. This thing's really set up. Now I'm seeing this catwalk going along the side on the top there. We're gonna have to take that to. Well, hold on. I don't think I proceeded this direction yet. It looks like we got some extra rooms for whatever you'd want to put in there. Kind of a utility room over here with oxygen and an armor locker. A couple other lockers. Again, off the side of the runway. And similar on the other side on the front over here. Nice. I like the windows kind of going into those side rooms there too. Again, this looks really slick. This whole structure, you know, it's kind of like a, kind of looks a little like an airport too. But you know, it's supposed to. It is. It just flies. Okay, so we're gonna take this catwalk and just get up to a flight deck or something. Yes, it does. Up to this top deck over here. With this secondary angled runway. Wow. Okay, so I know I'm getting a little lost myself, but I'm trying to stay on cue here. But I sort of just jumped in this side over here right now. There's more floors. I'll go up and down that elevator there and see what's cooking. Oh, so we got a secondary medical bay over here as well. Again, yeah, the whole ship is kind of designed where it has a lot of nice looking overlooks and balconies and things like that. So it's I definitely like that. Huh, two teleporters. Are they teleporters? Are they really teleporters? They are. Can you put two teleporters in a ship? Is that a thing? I didn't know that. I thought you were restricted to only having one teleporter in the ship, but I'm seeing two here, and it didn't complain when I spawned the blueprint or anything either. So maybe that's a thing now. If anybody knows the answer to that, I'm just curious because I swear at one point in time or maybe I did. Maybe I'm just mistaken. I thought for some reason it was restricted to one teleporter in a creation, but I gotta think I'm wrong on that. Maybe I didn't try to put in more than one teleporter in the creation. I do kind of like this just subtle little touches like this wall over here. You know, how do you add some detail to a relatively flat wall? And it's in this case thin blocks with texture lights and multiple different colors, and it just looks neat too. Again, you got that black, and you got kind of this front layer and framework, and just little touches like that. It's a nice looking thing to do. A lot of creations, you're gonna sooner or later you're gonna run into like this big wall, and you can't do a whole lot with the texturing, and you got to find ways to make it look nice. And there's a lot of ways to do that, but that is a very cool way to do it as well. I definitely like that. More utility function here, and another way out this way. Alright, so elevator. This is a really easy ship to get sidetracked in, by the way, guys. I'm really struggling with trying to keep on moving and not like gawking at something for 10 minutes. Okay, so we kind of seen this room before, I think. Yes, this is so we're kind of above the side hangar areas. So let's go up. Okay, we just kind of walked floor 6. Go up to 7 here. So we're getting into the lower control tower area, I think, right now. More bedding, and looks like utility function in here. Nice place to chill and have a conversation on the couch there. Like the windows in the area as well. Then we're getting up to the upper bridge area. Yeah, a lot of control stuff, a lot of crew members doing the jobs. And it looks like, yeah, right over here, look at that overlook you got over here, kind of taking a look over the flight deck there. That is very, very cool. I like the glass work here. I like how this whole piece is arranged too with the block work, how it's kind of angling out this way and kind of swoops over the top again. That's cool. And on top of that too, we got kind of a more legitimate looking control tower type of antenna array, kind of sensors, data collectors, things like that. Very nice. Yeah, very cool creation. Definitely have to go sub this one, guys. Yeah, very cool. Again, this is the well, hold on. Again, it's not. We're gonna look at some specs here. I didn't do that yet. I got so enthralled with everything else here. So it's a vanilla build, so it's running basically your 4 advanced cores, bringing it to 10 million CPU. It's got a lot of extra CPU left over, so you could add a lot of guns or whatever else you want to do, customizing the ship. Unlock level 20. Did not expect that. I expected 25, but it's unlocked level 20. Size class 24 even. 29-hour and 32-minute build time. So speed-wise, it doesn't look too bad either. So we got 44 and 18 strafing, 114 lift, 24 reverse, 16 down. Got a lot of fuel tanks in this guy. 166 fuel tanks. A lot of ventilators, a lot of oxygen tanks. 175 of those. Let's take a look at your storage. So it looks like we've got 2 ammo controllers at 320K a piece. Everything's nicely labeled in here too. So we got a lot of boxes. Oh, harvest controllers, huh? Looks like we got a set of two 320K harvest controllers as well. Canteen, fridge, repair stations. But other than that, so it looks like 4 320K storage total. Yeah, CPU-wise, it could have more. It could have more. I know Vanilla charges quite a bit more for storage. Well, a lot more for storage than Reforged Eden does. But this does have available CPU as well. But yeah, that's slick. Very nice creation. Again, this is the LYC HC-330 Delta Wolf by LycanThrope. Slick looking carrier. Obviously heavily inspired by the flying carrier. I forget the exact name of it in the Avengers movie, which I thought was really, really cool, by the way, too. It was kind of inspiring. Made me want to build one myself, but I never actually did. But I thought it was a really, really cool looking carrier there. And very nicely done here. So here, I'm going to get out of Vanilla here, and we're going to jump into Reforged Eden for the rest of the creations. I picked a different planet here. I think I ended up at another swamp planet again. I tried going to a white desert planet, and unfortunately, I thought it didn't look very good at all. So the lighting was and stuff like that. So I went to a planet that I kind of knew looked decent, at least. So for this one, I've been trying to get to a different planet each time I do one of these, at least in the Reforged Eden part of it. And some look really nice, and then there's others like the one I looked at there, and I didn't think it was a very nice looking planet at all. I didn't want to show anything on it. I did that last week on the alien planet, and everything was too dark. And now this one's foggy. Hold on a second. Weather clear one. Okay, go away, fog. Sorry about that. I got to pretty much do this every time I hop in a world here. All right, well, the next creation on the list here is this really cool kind of solar ship here by Entei. It is called the Galileo for Reforged Eden. And yeah, slick looking ship here. It's a big solar sail kind of thing. Seen something like this in Star Wars before, and it's actually kind of like a real thing. Like you could move a ship with solar winds like this, and it's kind of what it looks like it's designed for to some extent. But these are all solar panels here too, so that's going to generate electricity. Yeah, I don't know. That's cool. It's cool. Haven't quite seen a ship like this in game yet. Now, it was said in the comments too that this ship cannot land on the ground, and that you need to use other means to, like a SV or something to get down to the ground. This is kind of meant to stay in space, or well, it looks like it can fly in the atmosphere too, but just it's not really set up to land on the ground. Love the detail in here. And the color change there, the yellow accent color, the different shades of gray, and the mix. And yeah, the really cool, these big beams going to this solar panel array here, which is actually pretty complex if you take a look at the block work in here too. There's a lot going on in there with kind of like thin blocks forming multiple edges and frames, and some yellow in the mix. Got a couple turrets in there too for some defensive purposes there. Yeah, very cool. The nameplate on the side here too. Cool looking bridge area. And it looks like a kind of a small landing pad, kind of right on the front there. And you got your long range radar, warp drive on the visible on the hull of the ship. And that looks nice too. Generator right over there, some lift thrusters. Oh, we got a shield part in here too. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it's kind of a compact ship. I mean, this structure up here is quite large, but the ship itself back here is not super big. I got to look at some more information on this one too. I think this was somewhat related to a starter vessel, so I'll have to look at the specs and see if all that checks out. Probably does. Well, anyway, let's get inside this here. I could try the lighting thing. I'm just scared of the game and its nighttime lighting, so I'll just try to go a little bit mild with it and see what happens. Oh wow, we're right into a farm area here. So we got a 9 crow block farm as soon as you walk in. I love the windows on either side of the ship here. And then, oh, we got one of the fancy elevators. Yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to using. I'm going to get back to that carrier I've been working on here shortly. And yeah, I wanted to play around with those elevators too. That's another thing on part of the build. I want to see if I can incorporate that kind of thing and see how it's going to work out in various places in the ship. So obviously I could have rode up the elevator, and these actually work. Hats off to the Reforged Eden dev crew there. Very nice touch to the game there. So we got more grow plots up here too. So we got 27 total grow plots, and we got a storage control in the ground here. Looks like our main core is kind of right in back of the farms. Med bay there, advanced constructor, small constructor, fridge and food processor, O2, pilot seats. Really cool looking LCD sitting in front of that pilot seat too. And I think that's it. I think that is the ship here, and that's kind of slick. So you got that central elevator, and you got some grow plots, and you got your utility function here. So yeah, I would say from what I'm seeing on here, it would align with that of a starter ship, except for the shield part that I did see on here. But we'll look at the numbers again. Yeah, and the gravity generator and taxi tanker back in here too. So it's kind of got a lot of your main parts kind of on the outside of the ship over here, which is kind of cool. It gives you a little more room area. It's not a super large area to play with here, and there's a lot of big parts in there. So yeah, nice job on getting all that kind of integrated into the design. Yeah, very cool. All right, anyway, let's take a look at some numbers here. Yeah, look at that. Unlock level 12. Yep, it is a lower level ship here. 4-hour and 7-minute build time. Obviously, it's got a gigantic solar array, which is going to be really nice for power management on the ship. Looks like it touches a smidgen of estrium and zirconium, but hardly any. I mean, something that you should be able to get from a POI fairly quickly in game. And other than that, that's, I mean, just your regular stuff here. Some neo and some titanium, hardly any sathium either. So we've got one generator in here, one fuel tank, 2 oxygen tanks, 32 forward, 5 strafing, 9 lift, 9 down, and 22 in reverse. And look at, oh wow, yeah, CPU it's core 1. I'm sorry, this would be considered a core 2 one, a 400,000 CPU Reforged Eden. I for some reason I look at the 400,000, I think that's a core 1. That was my that's incorrect. So this is a core 2, but it's got like almost 90,000 CPU left over on top of that. So yeah, that's kind of cool. You could add in some things that you might want in game here too. And yeah, it really does kind of fit the bill as a starter creation. Unlock level 12. It's cheap. It's the rare resources are to a minimum. Yeah, very cool creation. And I bet you after you have this, due to its very large solar array, this is probably a very low cost ship to operate in game too. You're probably not going to have to put a lot of fuel into it. I'm curious on that though. I mean, it looks like such an expansive solar array with a huge number of solar panels that would flying this around if you got any kind of sunlight. Well, it doesn't, honestly, it doesn't even matter if these solar panels are facing the sunlight or not in Reforged Eden on a CV. So I'm just kind of curious if you fly this thing around for free pretty much all the time and don't have to put fuel in there, and that's why it only has one fuel tank, because it it's just kind of like a backup, you know, if something happens. Other than that, it's pretty much completely operational from solar alone, which is pretty slick. Anyway, again, this is the Galileo Reforged Eden by Entei. Very cool looking ship. Very unique and inspired. So let's see. The next one I got on the list here, I got some things out of order here. I got the CSS Barbarista RE by Barefoot Hillbilly. So that is this guy right over here. Let me get the lighting back on here again. And this is a cool looking ship as well. It's yeah, just kind of seen this one the first time this morning here, and I was like, oh, that looks really nice. I like the color scheme of it too. Kind of a blue, light gray, dark gray. Everything kind of fits in there nicely. Cool looking hull design too. I like how this kind of bridge, so the front end of the ship is set up. It's big and bulky, but it's got your kind of your it's like pilot's window kind of in the front there. I like this thing here too. It looks like some kind of like antenna radar type of apparatus kind of installed on the front there. Asymmetrically done too. That's cool. Cool looking window glass here. Oh yeah, look at that area there too. I like this vertical section here, done in blue, and you got the there's quite a few different shades in here too. It's very nice that way. Nice looking hangar door. I love the texture lights all along the hangar area. That's a cool looking hangar. Just kind of pass throughs on the side there. And look at these. Look at this thruster setup back here. Oh, that's pretty wild. Oh yeah. Cool looking structure here. I like these. I like these support beams here. That's yeah, especially, I mean, look at this one. It's like a double support beam. It's hitting two different angles on one beam. And it kind of looks like it, you know, it would work, you know, like that would be structurally pretty sound. Oh, and this, look at this sharpness of this, the back area of it with a kind of a back window out there too. And all these thruster housings certainly look like you could replace these thrusters and put in a larger thruster. And here, it kind of looks like maybe that was designed for it. And yeah, I think so. Let's see in here. Oh no, actually not. No, we got a down thruster right there. Huh. Oh yeah, there's a big down thruster in there. Well, that's different. It's kind of cool how the blocks kind of go over the center there of that, and that's using those double like thin blocks. Yeah, cool looking framework thruster housing. Quite a setup there, and I like I love the blue accent on that too. Just, you know, part of it. You know, it's not like doing the whole assembly that way. It's got like just accents and things like that, and that just really looks good. And then the mixed in with the almost black with the frame supports to the thrusters. We got a lot of stuff going on the bottom of it too. That's cool. I like these tank things here. They look like tanks or bombs or something, but yeah, that is pretty cool. And how the landing gear is set up. That's neat too. It definitely looks like a big like transport ship of some origin. Transport carrier. Well, anyway, let's go take a walk through here a minute. Yeah, very detailed hangar area. Yeah, look at the differences going on the ceiling here, where you've got like these smaller shapes on one side and these bigger tanks or shapes on the other side. Interesting. And a lot of multi-layered framework going on here too with the blocks. Kind of see there's a lower layer and then an upper layer, and that's honestly, when you can pull that off, it's usually a little more expensive in the build because you got to add more blocks. But if you're using a lot of carbon on like the inner layer, it's really not that pricey, but it certainly adds a lot of detail, a lot of geometry, I guess you could say, added into the area. Yeah, it looks great. Oh, this is neat too. So it's got kind of an elevated landing pad here, or well, yeah, this area here is kind of up above from the stock hangar floor, and it looks like it has a place for the repair bay right here. Does anybody know if this would work fine? The only reason I ask is I tried something not quite like this, but I tried something before, and because I had the surface area of the hangar was using like it was like half indented, and then I had the repair blade basically one block or one half block below the half blocks that the hangar floor was basically made out of, and it wouldn't work. I tried to land a ship on it, and it was like too far away from the repair bay. But I was dealing with a half block difference, where this one is only a thin block difference. And if this works, this is pretty good information to know. Then I could actually, anybody could, if you want to really detail a hangar up more, you could run a method like this, because this looks great. I love seeing this in the mix here. It kind of really splits up the hangar floor and adds a lot of detail to it. I've been not doing it since I tried it the one time with the Waypoint hangar a long time ago, simply because I thought it wouldn't work with the repair bay. So I was like, I kind of got rid of that idea, although that idea was really nice for adding more detail to especially a large floor surface area. But maybe this design here works. It is different than the one I did too. It's only a thin block and not a half block. But anyway, it's another good question there. I don't know if this works. That's awesome. That is something I definitely I'll remember and try to utilize in future ships for sure. So in here, it looks like we got some production right away here of some storage controllers, armor repair, a couple small constructors, and we had an advanced constructor on this side. So everything's kind of laid out for production in the back here. And it looks like we're getting into engineering. So we got a warp drive, quite a lot of generators in the mix there. Shield up on the ceiling. A lot of detail work, piping, and I think are these actually? Yeah, it looks like the stuff actually is colored. I wasn't sure if there was some red in here with the colors, or if it was just the lighting. But no, there's some parts in here that are sprayed up with red. That looks nice. It's got the blue. It's got the red. Yeah, cool looking area there. I like this cut-in staircase here too. Wow. So we got a couple different ways to go. I guess I'll go this way first, up the elevator. And okay, so we get up to kind of a overlook area of this area. CPU core there. And it keeps on going up into this section here too. So yeah, you can kind of take a path here, and it keeps on going higher up and kind of wrapping around this engineering area here. Very cool. Alright, let's go this way. Okay, more CPU blocks. So I got room for potentially more in the area as well. Let's take a look at the CPU on this in a bit here. O2 tanks. Yeah, a lot of staircases in there, so you can kind of get around quite a bit with the staircases. This is back down to our central hangar, which is again really cool. I like the use of the force fields on the sides there too. And up front we got our armor locker, and looks like O2 and med station, conveniently located there close to the hangar where you'd probably come in if you're hurt or something like that. Oh, I love nice idea for a table there. That's cool. That is cool. It's got like a bunch of stuff to look on it, and angling it that way and using it like a table. I don't think I've seen that one done before. That's really, really cool. And what in the world is this thing? What is that? This is it. It's got the styling of something new that was put into Reforged Eden here. Looks like by Vertex Rage Studio. I haven't seen this one before. It's like a star map. Oh, that's so cool. This is just a decorative thing? Science station. Slick. Again, hats off to the Reforged Eden folks. Yeah, the design studio here, the person that's making all these models here. These take a long time to make, guys. A lot of work in that, a lot of texturing and stuff, and model creation is typically a fairly slow process. And that's cool. And I love the what's going on here too. You kind of see like a galaxy map or something like that floating around here, and that's even multi-layered. Huh. Very cool. I haven't seen this before. I love the graphics on here with the bounties, and it does remind me a little bit of something that you might see in No Man's Sky too, for some reason. Certain table in a freighter kind of looks a little bit like that. Cool idea. So what we got down here? Oh, more utility areas. There's a lot in this ship. It's got you got your big central area, and then you've got a lot of these smaller rooms here. Oh, and this gets right out to a way in from the bottom of the ship here. Yep, very nice. Yeah, another really cool creation here. We got our teleporter. Looks like I went to the top here, so this is a little bit different area too. So we got a med bay here. Yes, we do. Yeah, full medical setup there. It looks like. Got the bed. Yeah, like that too. For some reason, I always like this piece. It's a weird piece, but I like it. And then I got kind of a balcony on either side here, overlooking the hangar. Let's see. Let's take this around this way. And there's the other side there. We got some cooking area here. A couple food processors. That looks pretty cool too. Fridges, and of course you got to have your kitchen cabinet there, place to sit, and near the hangar there. Yeah, really cool looking ship here. Inside and out, everything's nicely done. I'm just worried if I missed something on the inside. I think I might have. Let me hop in this way. Wow, yeah, I didn't see this area. Holy smokes, look at all these hallways. These hallways go in every direction. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks nice too. Oh, I like the hallway design here. Yeah, I haven't seen that hallways done this way either. It's always kind of a thing, even when I'm trying to do ships too. You know, how are you going to do like a hallway design? And most of the time, You know, if the ship's really small, you really can't do much because you're stuck with that, you know, that one block, and there's not a lot you can do. But if you can open up your hallways to have like a 2-block design or even a 3-block design, you can have a lot of fun with making some neat looking like hallways. And I'm sure a lot of us have seen a lot of sci-fi hallways in shows because that's one of the primary things you see in shows with a lot of these ships is people walking through hallways, especially in a larger ship. And you got to have those hallway designs look neat. And I've seen a lot of different hallway designs from a lot of different sci-fi ships and stuff like that. So I don't know. Hallways are always kind of a neat thing if you can pull them off. Yeah, there's a lot of nooks and crannies to this ship. Look at this area over here. This is slick. Like the wood grain here, and look at those windows in that area and the round tunnel. Wow. This has all kinds of extra stuff in it. Oh, look at the flooring in here. Well, that's different. That kind of looks neat, too. This is just one of those textures, another one that I just almost never use. But, yeah, for the right thing, it could look good. I never thought of, like, really trying to do like a flooring with that. That looks pretty sharp, and I like how it was. The room was broken up with the wood grain area in it. Kind of adds that, I don't know, just more to look at. Just adds an element of more detail. I think I'm going in a loop. Yep. Wow. Okay, so yeah, now we're kind of overlooking that engineering area. Didn't even notice this from inside. Wow. There's a lot of ways through here. God, was I here? Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen this. So I kind of going like in a loop or something here. Yeah. Anyway, that is cool. So hold on. Let me just tour these window areas here. I think I've seen this section now. Yeah, okay, so there's kind of wood grain kind of going across the top. Got this really cool way in with the round block here too. Yeah, that's cool. Let's just take a look at the other side of this and see if we got the same thing going on there. Yeah, I think so. That's cool. Well, anyway, what do you have, what makes you tick? So, unlock level 25, size class 12, 27 forward, 14 strafing, 53 lift, 21 reverse, 24 down, 26 hour and 15 minute build time. It does have 36 grow plots in it. Oh, it does take some estrium and psychosium, 1960 a piece on those. It is a level 25 ship though, and again, that's not terribly hard to acquire in game. CPU wise, looks like it's sitting at a Core 9, but has extra CPU at that, so you've got almost 120,000 extra CPU you could put in the ship here. Did I get that right? Is my math off? I think my math's off. 220,000 CPU. 73 fuel tanks, 8 oxygen tanks. And what kind of storage do you have? You got an ammo controller, 2 ammo controllers at 320K. Looks like ooh, these are getting bigger than 320 here. So we got 4 storage controllers. It looks at 440K a piece. And beyond that, we have our fridges and freezers and cargo boxes and things like that. So, yeah, basically you've got 6 storage controllers. 2 of them are 320s, and 4 of them are 440s. Very cool. So it's got quite a lot of storage capacity in here as well. And of course, you got that really cool looking hangar there. Looks like it's got a setup to add in a repair bay. And again, I'm really curious if that works out. Because if it does, that would be a really nice thing to know moving forward. Again, this is the CSS Barbarista RE by Barefoot and Hillbilly. Very cool ship. Really like it. Slick looking design. Very nicely detailed. Really cool looking creative thruster housing areas. And again, I do believe there's probably some, a lot of this is meant to upgrade the thrusters in various places, I would guess. But, that is cool. That is cool. So the next creation here is the Cartographer Survey Vessel by Winterborn TE. And I believe that is this guy over here. Let me just make sure I'm getting it right. Yes. So look at this guy. This is a very, very detailed ship, from what I can tell. Just when I spawned and placed it, I was just like, holy smokes. Every nook and cranny inch of this thing has a lot of detail going on here. Cool looking bridge area too. Yeah, that's neat. Take a look at this as a whole here. Yeah, cool looking ship. I like the black stripe lines going through here too. Kind of on the front, the sides, you got a big double hangar door on the top. Got this solar panel arrangement back over here with this double turret mechanism there. That's cool too. I like that. Look at those thruster housings back here. Antennas. Oh, that's using like a railing that goes around the edges there. That's a pretty crazy design. So it looks like we've got, I would say, some upgrade. I'm seeing thrust out of 2 of these, but it looks like there's a lot more that are kind of intended to put more thrusters in as you upgrade the ship when you're using it. And yeah, the rear landing gear kind of above the big thruster housings here. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Wow, look what's going on in here. Interesting. Really detailed. Just everything about it there is a lot of block work. Oh, and we do have a couple different shades in there: a dark gray and a lighter gray, and then more of a white tone, and then texture lights on top of that. Oh yeah, so we have some thrusters behind these things here. Interesting. Yeah, look at that. And no, it's a cool looking ship. That is a lot of detail on there. Huh. Very nice. So anyway, let's check out the inside. Well, hold on. I'll take a look at the bottom of this too. Yeah, look at that. We got a long-range radar there, and a lot of framework. Again, just every area's just got a lot of attention to detail going on. All right, well, let's get in here. I'm gonna try again with the lights and dim them down a little bit and see what this looks like. Just not go too far with it. Yeah, sharp looking hangar. Wow, look at all this stuff going on here. So many things to look at. So we got some cargo boxes up over there. That's pretty interesting. Wow. Framework. Looks like we have a medical bay in the side over here. That is very cool. Convenient too, where it's sitting. All kinds of stuff here. Looks like some areas that you could definitely put some upgrade parts in. Oh, this looks cool too. Yeah, like two of those facing each other like that, kind of rotating around. Looks very cool. CPU block area. Oh, that's kind of cool. There's with the lighting and everything, it kind of really changes the look of the decals that you put on there, because these are just bright white. But with everything else going on, it kind of looks like it's a completely different color than that. Very cool. So we got a CPU upgrade room over here. And it's kind of asymmetrically done too, if you notice that this wall is different than this wall pretty much completely. So, and here we got a gravity generator, taxi tank, looks like oxygen up over there. And a cool looking area for the gravity generator. Looks like we have a place for to add in a teleporter, and it looks like it has a built-in teleporter sensor as well. And our warp drive is right back over there. Yeah, a lot going on in here. Man, what's over here? It's like, yeah, another one of those areas here. I'm not seeing any specific labels here, but a lot of different kinds of parts, including CPU blocks and small shield parts, could fit in those areas there. Then over here, we've got this really cool looking kind of cutout here. This cargo slash. We got oxygen, an armor locker, and a place for a looks like an armor repair station. Interesting. I'm seeing some parts omitted, like the teleporter and the repair stations. Like, I'm starting to wonder that this may be a lower CPU creation here. It doesn't look like it. It looks all fancy, like it's an end game kind of thing, but it might not be, which is really cool. So we got a crew area here. That looks very nice and slick too. I like the floor. Oh, that's kind of like a, hold on, okay, so that's just kind of like a burgundy cherry wood floor there. I wasn't sure if it was just straight up black, but with the lighting it looks black, and that is kind of a neat look to it. It's actually a fairly detailed texture up close on that one. This is pretty cool too. Remove carbon composite box, up to 8x shield charger capacitor. Oh, nice. So it's basically, this is a lot of filler blocks intended, just to make it look nice. But other than that, you could put in a lot of shield parts in this area, and it's just basically saying to remove those deco blocks, basically. And our main shield. So it doesn't have the shield in here stock, but it's certainly set up to, yeah, that's another giveaway. This has got to be more of a starter-oriented creation, I'm thinking, the way it's set up here. Like any part that I'm seeing that would be kind of expensive or require rares and things like that is omitted, stock at least, which is really cool. Allows you to get in the ship quicker, and you don't need the grow plots either. You can pop those in after the fact. So you got places for 18 grow plots there. Looks like we're right up to the bridge. We're kind of staring right at this other ship here. They're having a little stare down competition going on, I think. But yeah, it's really cool. So we got a passenger seat here, our pilot seat right on the front. This is a really cool looking like double decker bridge too. Big expansive glass area. Easy to see pretty much any direction around you. And then we got a door off to the side here. Quick access to the bridge. Great feature there as well. Yeah, no, it looks great. I mean, yeah, the hallway and the lighting and everything on the ship looks really, really nice. Nicely done. A lot of attention to detail. And it looks like the layout and the specs and everything are going to be pretty nice too. All right, I think, just trying to see if I missed anything here. I probably did. No, okay, so we're just there. What about this side chamber? Okay, so we've got more production area over here. Looks like a spot for an additional larger constructor or advanced constructor. And this kind of sneaks in through that farm area. And on the other side, we've got a crew area. Yeah, and yeah, we kind of walk through there again, the black floor crew area like that. And then right up to the bridge again. Yeah, nice. Easy to navigate for the most part in the ship too. I wasn't too confused or lost in this one. And yeah, great. This hangar looks really, really nice. Love the I mean, the block work, the colors, the textures, the lighting. Whole ball of wax looks really, really nice in here. All right, so let's take a look at some numbers here. I'm curious. I am very curious on how this comes out. So we got a unlock level 12. Yeah, look at that. Unlock level 12. So that's why a lot of those parts were omitted by the author, so you could get into the ship easier and faster and upgrade it as you go, which is a really nice idea for gameplay for sure. Yeah, let's see here. So 23 forward, 15 strafing, 15 lift, 15 down, and 15 reverse. Pretty much balanced thrust, except for your forward, which has a little bit more, little more power going on there. 7 fuel tanks, 4 oxygen tanks. Let's take a look at materials. Yeah, I don't see any estrium or zirconium in the mix at all on this one. Another starter CV kind of qualification there. Yeah, this is. I mean, it's a little bit bigger of a starter CV, but it is that is really cool because you don't need anything real special to get into the ship. You might need a fair amount of certain things, you know, iron and carbon substrate, but it's about the easiest thing to possibly get in the game. CPU. Oh, look at that! Look at that. Core 2. That, you know, by looking at this thing, you know, you spawn in this and you look at this and you're like, yeah, this is a Core 2 starter. Would you think at all that this was a Core 2 starter by looking at it? I didn't. In fact, I don't think I read the. I knew it was for Reforged Eden, but I didn't really fully read the description on this. But yeah, I started to catch on to it, just seeing certain parts omitted, but placeholders for them. That this was really meant to work at a much lower player level and not require a bunch of crazy hard to get resources, and it does it very nicely. So all right, let's take a look at some storage on you. So we got nicely labeled here. Oh, look at the color coding here. So we got an input controller at 640K, storage at 179, harvest at 320. Ammo controller at 320. And it looks beyond that, looks like we got some boxes and things like that. So yeah, a good amount of storage in here too, especially for a starter. 320, 640, plus more, plus your ammo, another 320. Yeah, a lot of storage. Yeah, really cool design there. Again, this is the cartographer survey vessel by Winterborn TE. Very cool looking ship, very detailed. And surprisingly inexpensive. I mean, for what it looks like it would be. It looks like it would be a very pricey ship, but it's not. So that is really slick here. So the next creation here is the Exeter by Artemis Rogue. And yeah, look at this guy here. This one really this one lights up. I tell you, this thing lights up. Cool looking. It certainly looks like a combat-oriented ship. Again, Artemis does do a lot of combat ships. A lot of combat research too into the ships too to try to make them perform in game. And but yeah, look at this decor here. Kind of a really unique look to this one. It kind of lights up pretty interestingly, and there's seeing some like blinky coordinated light things going on here. Oh, that's on the bottom right here, I think. Yeah, that looks really cool. Again, I've seen some of those tactics or build tricks and stuff used on one of his past vessels fairly recently too, and it was a really cool looking look. This one's kind of feels like it's I don't know. It's a lot different than that other ship, but it has some characteristics to it that kind of would make me think a little bit that it's kind of similar in some ways, I guess. But wow, yeah, this is cool. This is very cool. There's something to notice too. Just taking a look at the color differences between all these texture lights in here. It's kind of doing a whole gradient fade there. Little touches like that. That looks sharp there. Yeah, I think we got some more of that going on here too. Yeah, that gradient fade here from almost white to getting into kind of a mid-tone blue. Yeah, look at these, the deckled light pieces kind of going across the top there. Oh, that's cool. It looks like we got our first-person cockpit kind of angled back here. So you got the whole front of the hull here. And I went out again, there's some specific tactics involved with the front part of the ship for defensive purposes and things like that. And targeted armor, I guess, if that's a word. And I got over here. It looks like we've got some room for stuff. We've got some room for stuff. These certainly look like they're placeholders to put in something like big thrusters or something. Yeah, or weapons. Yeah, these side ones here look like they'd be for launchers. But it does have some launchers in it already, but you could always have more. And these over here, I don't know. I was thinking at first like some reverse thrust, but I don't think that's really what they're meant for either. So I gotta assume maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some information inside. Talks about that a little bit. Well, that's interesting. There's like kind of a landing gear up over there. You got 2 landing gear there. And we got a T. It kind of looks like a placeholder for something there. I'd say a T would be thruster, which make a lot of sense if you wanted to upgrade your thruster performance there, and it would fit. So that's probably what it's for. Oh, this isn't actually a thruster. Well, not yet, at least. Looks like it could be at one point in time. We got some big Excel thrusters for forward right there. We got our strafing thrusters way in the back here. And more forward. Oh, wait, no, that's not more. That's the same. Okay. And we got our down thrust there. And where's our lift thrusters? I don't know. Well, we'll see what the thruster speeds look like here. So now I got to figure out how to get in here. I'm trying to see if there's often a sneaky little doorway on the bottom side here. And that's not it though. That's part of a thruster there. Oh, that's our reverse thruster right there. Duh. Yeah, right out in the center middle there. Yeah, it certainly looks like it's ready for some upgrades though. And looks like we have a, looks like a good way in right here. So I'm going to turn the lighting down a little bit to get some lighting accents on the inside here. And yeah, we have definite upgrade information in here. So yeah, so we come into this pretty cool looking hangar. It's not real big, but you can, if it's designed to hold a certain type of ship in here, you can probably get a couple of those in here. I like the glasswork here and the round glass pieces on the side. It kind of is following that theme around the area here, and it's all kind of makes it uniform. This really looks nice. We got, looks like a couple side doors off the back there, and a bunch of information. Oh, captain's orders. So this isn't necessarily. I have to read the whole thing here. Yeah, kind of a big, cool story here. I was just kind of wondering if it's talking about part upgrades in here. And it does talk about drone parts, upgrade your ships with CPU, construction of auxiliary CPU cores, front legacy infection. Yeah. So basically, it's kind of telling you how things to do to acquire parts to upgrade the shipping game, which is really cool idea. I mean, if you're new or someone like me that doesn't play it that often, it's good information to know. It'd be nice to have like a bit of a strategy guide on, you know, exactly what you're supposed to do at different places of the game to get upgraded, especially if you're unfamiliar with things in the game. So over here we got a shield array upgrade place, and it looks like it's I'd say it would be set up to add in a large shield piece. So this would be 5 blocks tall here. Yep, 5 blocks tall, 4 blocks wide. So it would be facing this way. Probably the same on this side. So 2 large shield upgrade slots there. Just some cool looking window and block work behind those. No, I said 2. I think I meant 4 now. Okay, four big shield parts. I'm sorry. There's a secondary room over here. I'm curious if this sucker's ready for a fusion core then too. We got our pilot seat here, or a pilot seat. I wouldn't say. Yeah, it's a pilot seat. Yeah, I wouldn't say the only pilot seat. But yeah, cool looking stuff here. I love this setup here. It's kind of like doing a bit of a hologram planet, you know, solar system view here, and I especially love the idea of the ring planet too. That's neat. That's neat. And we got a shield array here too. What is this? 5th shield part? Yeah, looks that way. So five big shield part upgrade homes so far. And yeah, we got some stuff going on down there too. I'm gonna go down first, and we'll go up. So yeah, below the flight deck here, looks like we got a lot of fuel storage. I think that's it. A cargo box. No, that's fuel. I'm sorry. So fuel storage room looks nice. A lot of detail going on everywhere you look too. A lot to see. And did I miss any floors here? No. I think it goes right up to the top. Oh, we got a secondary elevator from here. So we got a medical bay over here, or all the specialized equipment for medical bay. Looks like a shower and toilet as well. And then we got a blast door. Then we get into our first-person bridge area here. Nice, and you got some O2 and a med bay inside of here as well. Blast door protected. Okay, so I think we go up again. Oh, and this is just quick access to get out in and out of the bridge probably quickly. Well, I had another one right here though. Yeah, okay. So you can come in through here, or you can come in through here. Looks like either one. Ah, very cool. Just want to see what this looked like at nighttime as well. Again, it lights up a lot. A lot of things going on. And yes, just I can't exactly say what these locations here are for, but they certainly look like they're for something. And obviously, the thing that would pop in my mind the first is thrusters, especially the big 3x3x6 wedged thruster models. But I don't know if they would entirely fit there exactly right. I think they would. Or it's just you could put in a whole ton more launchers. This thing has a lot of launchers already. Seeing the double row of them on the top here, and then it looks like a single row of them down on the bottom, and some placeholders for like that double row on the bottom side as well. One last thing I want to do too is just fly around the front area of the hull here. I expect this to be with decoys and leg shot and all kinds of tricky block building methods to try to allow this to take a lot of damage and attract the AI to shoot it here. Well, all those big guns in back devastate the AI. Oh yeah, we got a warp drive. Is that a warp drive? Did I find a warp drive in here? There it is. Yes. Oh, and a decoy turret there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It's I think the AI would be really preoccupied for quite a long amount of time shooting at this front area where all the goods are in the back, being undamaged basically. So that is really cool. Again, a really cool idea with the light fading and the color gradients with texture lights. And wow, what's this? I didn't even notice this over here. These the decals on the sides. Yeah, there's just a lot going on here, and it certainly looks like it's meant to add some more thrusters. And I gotta assume with those big areas that you see in various places, including right here as well, are really meant to add in more large thrusters to really get this thing fast in space. So let's take a look at some numbers here. So right now it looks like it's set up as a well, at least CPU wise it's set up as a Core 9, but it's over by a couple 100,000, so it kind of wants a little bit more CPU right off the gates. And I'm sure a lot of those other parts were left off to keep that CPU lower, so you wouldn't need to have it come stock with a bunch of auxiliary or quantum cores or something like that. So we're unlocked level 25, size class 15. Pretty big ship too. 78 forward, 39 strafing, 78 lift, 39 down, 39 reverse. So really good specs here, even stock. And I can't imagine what it would do if you added in a bunch of those big thrusters that it looks like it has plenty of locations to do. So we got 1 detector, 7 minigun turrets, 6 artillery cannons, 12 advanced laser cannons, and long-range radar, stock at least. 20-hour and 24-minute build time is going to require some, your average amount for a combat ship of estrium and zirconium and things like that. So, I mean, it is more of a in-game styled combat CV. So they're usually one of the more expensive kind of CVs you could put into the game. Very cool there. Let's see what kind of storage you've got. Got an ammo controller at 3 ammo controllers, each at 320K, and beyond that we have a harvest controller at 320K as well. So yeah, very, very cool. So I definitely say it has a combat focus for sure on it. Has a kind of a smaller hangar area, so you could park in like an SV or a couple SVs. And shoot up a lot of stuff, a lot of decoy stuff going on in this front area, kind of engineered to be, the AI target where they're just going to be fixated on shooting everything in this area, while everything in the back where all the important stuff is, it goes undamaged throughout pretty much the entire fight. If the fighting lasts that long. So that's the thing. I guess it depends on what you're fighting. But yeah, very cool ship. Again, this is the Exeter by Artemis Rogue. Very cool ship. So the last creation today is this little well, I wouldn't say little, but comparatively speaking to a lot of the other creations today, kind of a little bit smaller. This is the it's not the teleporter. I originally wanted to say that it's the Terraporter Luna Base RE by Ganmo. So this is an author I'm unfamiliar with. Really cool looking base. Got kind of an external landing pad. It has like these 2 pods. It looks similar to the styling of a lot of the, or some of the POIs in the game, with this rounded kind of look here. But it's a little bit more colorful and and things like that. And it's a very nice looking base. I like the like how it's just kind of set up like a real structure on the ground. You got a couple defensive turret positions kind of on these pillars here, and then neat looking catwalks over here, angled catwalks. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's yeah, kind of this whole kind of Y-shape format here. That's a neat looking setup there. On the bottom side, it's kind of sitting on pillars. It looks like everything would be very structurally sound, so you won't have any problem with structural integrity on this. If you're unfamiliar with Empyrion, bases are the only creation that use structural integrity. But basically, you can, if you have something that's unsupported that goes out too far, it'll eventually collapse. And there's a way in the N key tools to take a look at your structural integrity to see how far or when something would collapse. But this is well supported, so it's not going to have that problem at all. So the author definitely took account for that. So anyway, very cool looking base. I'm liking the general color scheme here too. You got kind of your yellow orange, the black and the grays in the mix. Well, let's go this way first. Let me adjust the lighting just a little bit here. Oh, try something like that. All right. Well, it looks like walking in here, we're right into production. So we got an advanced constructor over there, storage boxes, small constructor. Looks like we got a storage bay here. 123K on that one. I normally just look at this at the end, but I just want to check them out. So two 123K storage bays. And oh, looks like it's just another way in from outside. Very cool. So right to business. Yeah, I like how this is separated like two separate module pods that were like landed here to build this up. Oh, and then over here we've got a different section here. So we've got, looks like our kind of like an engineering area here with a lot of the parts are kind of put in this glass walled room here. We got a couple generators, our core, looks like a basic CPU block, capacitor, or the solar capacitor. We got a first aid area over here, so we've got all our specialized medical equipment and a shower in here. Very nice. No, it's definitely, I mean, for the base, really, it looks like it's for business here. So we got a lounge, we've got a teleporter, nicely set up. I like that LCD added to the mix there. Very cool. Sorry, this caught my attention here. I was just trying to figure out what I was looking at there. That's cool. I like that. That's a neat looking. I don't know. Just I had to study it for a second to try to figure out what I was looking at, if that was a new part or not. It's not a new part. It's just kind of, I don't know, caught me off guard. So and here we got our fridges and food processor and oxygen tank, and looks like a crew area over here with a tree. Very nice. Beds, tables, lockers, teleporter, and engineering, medical, and then you got your production, your second bay over here. I don't believe the two are connected. No, they are separate buildings, kind of connected with a catwalk, I guess you could say. Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. And this is, again, an author I'm unfamiliar with. Gotta look forward to seeing what you come up with next. But very cool looking base. Let's take a look at some numbers here. So looks like, oh man, so probably a tier 1 type of creation, I do believe. I'm a little rusty here on bases and Reforged Eden on their numbers. Something I probably haven't looked at a whole lot. So I know I've seen at least a basic core, but does this have more than a basic core in it? I don't know, unfortunately. But it's well rounded in the CPU, and if it's doesn't look like it's going to take a lot of CPU. I know you can take bases up far beyond 165,000 CPU. And this is a unlock level 15, size class 2, 2 hour and 10 minute build time. Doesn't really require, it doesn't require any estrium or zacosium. Looks like a little bit of elemental pentaxid, maybe for like the teleporter or something like that in there. Could explain the cost for that one. 2 minigun turrets. Looks like we got 1 fuel tank and 1 oxygen tank. One thing I did want to look at is solar. Yes, we have, looks like at least, well, it looks like 12 of the large solar panels on the roofs of both buildings there. So, plus the solar capacitors that we've seen inside. Very cool. So it should be quite energy efficient. And yeah, this build time is really, really light. 2 hour and 10 minute build time. For something this size, that's not bad at all. Getting into the game. It's got 3 generators in there too. Probably, I'm sure 1 or 2 of them could be, well, one of them at least is a solar capacitor. My only concern, I don't know if it would be a concern or not, is the oxygen tank count. Now, it's not a really big area, but would that be enough? Here, let me do something real quick. Whoops, if I can hit the right buttons. Let's see, let me grab some oxygen, and I want to just fill you up. It looks like it's already on, too. So, yeah, it must work. It's not that big of an area. I was just kind of curious if it needed more oxygen tanks or not. And I just wanted to... Yeah, we're oxygen tight. So, it looks like it has no issue with that. Okay, I was just curious. Again, this is the... oh, wait. It says here it's a teleporter. Teleporter Luna base. I think I did a typo on my little side seat. I was calling it a terraporter. Hold on. I think I did a typo. No, it did say that here. It says teleporter. No, it says terraporter right there, but it said teleporter when I was just looking at it a second ago. I know, no big deal whatsoever. Yeah, it says teleporter here. It says terraporter on the blueprint name, but either work. Yeah, very, very cool looking base there. It looks quite practical. 3 landing pads to boot, and this is the terraporter lunar base by Ganmo. Very cool. And that is pretty much does it for today's look at the workshop. A lot of really cool creations again. A lot of different inspirations, different roles in the game. I was surprised at a couple of these that I thought were going to be much higher CPU and player levels and stuff. And like this one over here, it really surprised me that it was in the starter category. Same thing going on with Ente's ship over here too. Again, a starter category ship, and didn't quite expect it by the looks of these. Really cool. This one certainly doesn't break the bank either. So yeah, just so some really cool stuff here. And then probably a fairly devastating combat ship here too. Plus that really cool carrier we looked at first. Anyway, you guys all have yourself a great day. I'm going to try to do one more short video today on my little project, and I've got some dilemmas with it. I learned something about the creation after I completed it about the turrets. I'm using the colonist missile turrets that they won't spawn in unless you have certain parts that you would have to acquire in game prior to that, which really throws it for another loop. And I don't plan on releasing it today. I think I want to change it just with spawn it, or if I were to put it to the workshop, it was obviously for the challenge, and everything's just kind of peculiar with it, and I couldn't put the turrets on stock, or you couldn't spawn it in, and if I leave them off, it completely defeats the purpose of what the whole thing was built for, those specific turrets. So I got a major dilemma with the ship, and I might have to just rework it or something. Maybe I'll just send the version I've got for the challenge, and then
think about it some more on, because right now it makes no sense that anybody would want to use it because it's too restrictive to really use with anything. And I didn't realize that when I selected those turrets, and that was my bad there. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do. But I did say I was going to release that ship today, and I'm talking about the Scar Slicer. But it doesn't make any sense if I would release it in its present form with all the turrets stripped off it. I don't even know what it would be for at that point. So I got to rethink it. I might just add in more parts, upgrade the CPU on it, and put on turrets that will work in the game, that you can spawn in the game, and call it a day. So that's kind of the avenue I'm thinking about on it, and I don't really have any solution. It just doesn't make any sense if I were to release it to the workshop as it is, with all the those colonist missile launchers removed from the ship, and you could spawn the ship in, but it was specifically designed to work with CPU with that specific turret that you can't have unless you do a bunch of in-game stuff to have that, or you're in some kind of God mode, creative mode to spawn it. Anyway, y'all have yourself a great weekend, and I will talk to you later.